Now to Capitol Hill, where we are 2 days away from a possible funding lapse for the Department of Homeland Security. Democrats are demanding significant ICE reforms before they agree to new funding, but Republicans are urging them to take action, warning that a DHS funding lapse will hurt the country.
I would hope that the Democrats here in the Senate, if it takes more time, which I believe it will, would be amenable to allowing us to get an extension of the continuing resolution to allow more time for those negotiations to continue.
There's no reason we can't get this done by Thursday. We have sent them legislative language.
All right, let's bring in CBS News Congressional correspondent Caitlin Huey-Burns. So, Caitlin, is there a chance that Democrats agree to the Republicans' proposed CR, or are we heading towards a funding lapse? And I know that you saw Rand Paul on CBS Mornings, and I asked him if he was willing to compromise with Democrats. He didn't take it off the table.
Yeah, Vlad, he didn't. And that was really interesting because he has been pretty critical of this administration's handling after everything that happened in Minnesota. And notably, just for your tuning in alerts, he's going to be chairing a key committee hearing tomorrow where you're going to have the heads of immigration officials come here to Capitol Hill. They did yesterday. They'll appear in front of Rand Paul's committee tomorrow. But bigger picture here, Vlad, is that we're running out of time. Congress is expected to go on recess next week. You have a big group of senators heading over to Germany for a high-profile security conference. They're supposed to leave tomorrow night. So when you're looking at that calendar on your screen, money runs out for DHS on Friday at midnight. Today is Wednesday. Even if the Senate were to come up with something, it would still have to be approved by the House. And so right now, that looks very untenable. So what we're looking at is potentially kicking the can down the road a little bit further, voting for what we call a continuing resolution or continuing to fund DHS at current levels while they work out negotiations. So we're keeping an eye on that today, Vlad. But just a reminder for our viewers, the reason that we're in this position in the first place is because after those killings in Minneapolis, especially after the killing of Alex Preddy, Democrats said that they won't support longer-term funding for DHS unless reforms are put in place. And notably, the White House is talking with Senate Democrats and negotiating over some policy reforms. We saw yesterday the head of ICE said that he'd be open to body cameras, that he would want his officers to wear body cameras. So there is some agreement on some of the policies, disagreement on others, but bottom line, it's still going to take a while to negotiate these kinds of things.
Yeah, sure will. So, Caitlin, let's talk about the debate over President Trump's tariffs. 3 Republican lawmakers joined Democrats, and I want to get this right because there's kind of like a double negative situation, to block a ban on voting to repeal the tariffs. So explain exactly what happened and what that means.
Yeah, a lot of tricky politics going on up here on the Hill, but Adriana, I think this is such a big story, and our viewers should know. So basically what they tried to do yesterday, House leadership wanted to put a resolution on the floor saying that you can't put bills on the floor that would inhibit the president's ability to manage tariffs. That failed because 3 Republicans joined Democrats in voting it down. So basically, you have a very small number, but a number nonetheless, of Republicans saying, we don't want to prohibit our own actions on tariffs. And that's significant because we've seen over the course of this Congress, they've ceded so much power to the executive, especially on tariffs, which are a basic function of Congress. And so this is a small group trying to claim that power back.
All right, Caitlin Huey-Burns for us on the Hill. As always, we appreciate you, my friend. Thank you.